Body shop tales, repairs cost too much on a free estimate. For context, I work in an auto repair shop in the US. The shop at which I currently work is very busy with a 4.8-star rating on Google, and we averaged $600,000, $750,000 per month in sales pre-pandemic. Like most businesses at the height of the pandemic, we lost work and staff, and we had to implement protocols for the safety of our staff. This story starts around November 2020. At the time, we provided customers with free estimates on any repairs they might want done. Most body shops do. One of the protocols we had implemented for the pandemic was that customers weren't allowed to sit inside the shop. If they needed to use the restroom, we still had to check their temperatures and they were required to wear face masks. Otherwise they had to call the front office to drop off a vehicle for repairs or to get an estimate. We had 3 estimators, including myself, at the time, and our receptionist would notify us when a customer called for us. When let's call her Karen, called in and said she was outside for an estimate, I came out to meet her and found that she was already upset. "I'm here for an estimate. How long is it going to take?" I told her that it would take about 15 minutes, including the photos I would need to take of her vehicle's 4 corners, VIN, damage, mileage. "That's too long. Why can't I sit inside and wait?" I explained that we cannot allow customers inside to just sit because we were still practicing social distancing. "Well, I have other things to do. Can't you just write my estimate and email it to me, please?" I told her that I didn't mind doing that for her, got her contact info, and even gave her a business card I kept in my pocket. Karen had a 2020 Jeep Cherokee that was damaged on the left front side. She said she hit the garage backing out. She firmly stated that she was not going to get repairs done through her insurance. I confirmed her email address, she left, and before I left work that day, I emailed her a copy of the estimate. Replace the front bumper, replace the headlight and mirror, and repair of the front door and fender. All told, I estimated about $3,600 for the repairs. A couple of days later, the receptionist came to my office and said she had a very upset customer who wanted to speak with me. I thought it was odd that she didn't direct the call to our GM or the assistant, but of course I took the call. It was Karen. "I was looking over this estimate for my Jeep and your repair cost is way too high." I reviewed the estimate with her on the phone. Parts alone were around $1,000 altogether, and the rest was paint and body labor. That is an outright lie. I went to another shop and they quoted me $1,400. And they can get the parts for $400. "You're clearly price gouging." I told her that I doubted that quote on the parts was accurate, and told her that her estimate would show I wrote for OEM parts straight from the local dealership. Karen, obviously, didn't care. Long story short, we went back and forth for 40 minutes about the other shop's quote. Karen said several times, "I know your shop is highly recommended online and I would rather use your shop, but I could get it done cheaper elsewhere." Even though our shop was doing worse than it was before the pandemic, around $300,000, $400,000 per month, I let Karen know that she had a right to choose that other shop and that I would not be able to bend on our prices. That should have been it, but no. Not Karen. Maybe Karen was feeling extra jolly, but a few more days later, she came to the shop and started knocking on the locked shop door. Since we had started locking the main door, our receptionist had dealt with a number of people who knocked on the door and her response was the same every time. Receptionist walked up to the door, calmly unlocked it from the inside, and used her body to keep the door only ajar. After talking to Karen, receptionist came to get me to address Karen. I walked out to Karen's still damaged Jeep. "I know you said you won't budge on the price of that estimate, but I need my Jeep fixed ASAP. The other shops I've talked to can't get me in until January, and this is a brand new Jeep looking like this. I need it fixed ASAP and I can pay $1,400. How soon can y'all take it?" I told Karen that it would cost at least $3,600 and that we would be able to take in her Jeep as soon as the parts arrived at our shop, so her repairs wouldn't take long. "Y'all don't have the parts already here?" I told her no. "So how long does that take? I'm going out of town for Christmas and New Year's, and I want my car to look brand new again." I told her that we would have to paint the bumper, fender, and door, and that it would take 3 days. 3 days? No. That's unreasonable. First you want to charge me more than double what the other guy would, then you don't have the parts, and now you're keeping my brand new car for 3 days? Are you the manager? I told her no, but I would get him for her. My GM has more years of experience in body shops than I've been alive for. He's dealt with all types of customers and situations. So when I told him about Karen's situation, he calmly asked for a copy of the estimate, put on his face mask and gloves, and went outside to meet her. They talked very quietly for almost another hour. When Karen left, she was clearly furious from the way she slammed her damaged door and peeled out of our parking lot. GM told me before I clocked out that day that he confirmed everything I had told Karen already, and that he wouldn't discount the repair cost even if she was his own wife. When he told Karen that it would be 3 days of repair time, Karen had demanded a loaner vehicle. GM told her that we don't provide loaners and she would have to pay for that out of pocket as well. GM said that he told Karen if she didn't want to pay the cost or go through her insurance, there would be nothing further we could do. After that incident, GM instituted a new policy of charging an estimate writing fee. It's around the going hourly labor rate for our state and serves as a deterrent for future Karens. It's also a great way for customers to pay a deposit for repairs up front. Thankfully, Karen didn't leave us a negative review online anywhere about her experience.